Alicia Pittman is Global People Chair at Boston Consulting Group, and she joins us now. Glad to have you with us, especially on a day like today where so many people are grasping for what all of this means. You know, in reading ahead in terms of what you guys are advising clients, you're saying, look, scale up on AI or die, and I'm quoting some of your literature now. Artificial intelligence is not replacing leaders, but leaders who understand AI technology, strategy, and enterprise. AI will replace those who don't understand it. What are you getting at there, and what are you advising?
Well, thanks, Paula. It's really a pleasure to be with you. I mean, I think here's the thing that I think about. When we talk about AI, a lot of people jump right away to productivity, right? That email you didn't need to write, the notes you didn't have to take. And that's not surprising because the AI productivity is really tremendous. But that's not really the point. I mean, the point and what we really see in future built companies that are using AI to grab a lead is that it changes what work is possible, right? So I like to think about it as AI changes how we work, but it also changes what work we do, and it moves us up the value chain. So a lot of companies are still using AI for rather basic tasks, right? Things like those email synthesis. But actually, it's when you delegate entire workflows that you see the magic happen. And that's a real step change. And the numbers are big, right? So those 5% of future built companies, they have revenue growth, it's 1.7 times. Their EBIT growth is 1.6 times. And you start to think about what that does to your cash flow, to your market share, to your volume. We really are starting to see and expect to see more those future built companies really pull away from the competition.
And listen, many do believe this will be a virtuous cycle, but you know that the anxiety that exists there with workers. And I've also heard from people using AI technology at a very high level say a couple of things. Not only has their entire workflow changed, but not for the better. They still seem a little bit bored, and they've not moved up the value chain, as I would call it right now, for lack of a better term. What do you see there, and do you believe some of their anxieties are real?
Well, I think there's two types of anxieties that are out there. One is actually that sometimes, as much as we really love to see some of those mundane tasks go away, and we all do, actually, sometimes people need mental breaks and they actually like that task that they're actually very good at and it's a little repetitive. So there's a real thing around sort of burnout and mental energy that's real. But I think the bigger question you ask is, wait a minute, wasn't this supposed to change the art of the possible? And to really change the art of the possible, you have to totally redesign the workflows, not just think about what the person was doing and what you can automate out of it, but actually think about what the team is doing and how you can actually change that workflow. I think one of my favorite examples from one of our clients is they really took end-to-end design of marketing and innovation and redesigned the whole thing. So you can think about this one is, it really takes a lot of time to bring, for example, to bring a product to market, right? You got to do research, you got to do concept development, you got to do concept testing, you got to do the financials and all of that. And that takes months and months. But actually, if you bring that data together, if you bring those workflows together, we found we were able to deliver twice the speed to market, twice the quality of the concepts coming out, and took 90% of the work out in the meantime. So and that's Alicia, where you see the real light bulbs go off.
And Alicia, look, the big question that people want to know is, am I working towards making myself redundant? And I know that you continually tell CEOs, look, this is going to transform the way your companies are run, everything from strategy to culture to risk to talent. And yet, are they using AI, and I just mean everyday employees, to a point where it won't make them more productive, it'll actually just make them redundant?
Look, I mean, there's the adage, right? You have to get on the boat, you got to learn, because you will be replaced by someone who is using AI if you don't learn to use it yourself. So what we really do ourselves, but also recommend to our clients and our CEOs, is that while you do those big redesigns of the workflows, that you're also just encouraging your people to innovate and do the bottoms up work so that they get comfortable and they can be AI upskilled and so that it's less scary. I mean, it is a real shift we're going to see in work, but we actually think a lot of people will actually find it quite energizing when they jump in. And I don't think there's too much choice.
Right, and then hopefully we're working towards a point where employees will actually be AI native, as it were, and it will become second nature. Alicia Pittman, we'll have to leave it there. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.